Level 1 silence from that Prophet. She's slightly under-leveled for this stage of the game. Level 9 on that Prophet. Those 3 deaths actually cost her a lot. Going into Pipe next. Wants to tank up for the team.
The funny thing is, if EHOME don't attempt to get that kill on Ulu, he doesn't kill MKS. He only haunts because he's getting chased.
Yeah. Bottom for Pango. This is a big one. If he can pick it up. DK was thinking about scouting things out to see which Actor Rune spawned. They also used the Exorcism, so not gonna have that much tower damage. Phantom Assassin, Battle Fury done. And a good read there, Red Panda. Not gonna be able to get away from this trouble.
No mana for the Supernova, so they get that kill. Got the Diffusal on Knight, so we'll see how much that helps them when they're draining the mana on these heroes of Aster.Aries. It'll be BKB, then Shard for MKS, so he'll have that break once he gets the Fan of Knives, but how easy is it going to be to get the damage output that they need with BKB Shard, the first 2 items?
Breaking Spectre is massive, like Shadow Demon. We talked about him potentially getting the Aghanim Scepter. Doesn't have that much farm, sitting at the bottom of net worth, pretty much going into the Blink Dagger next, so he wants to reposition himself. Blink Dagger, not that big of a value, I would say, in this game, because you are playing into Spectre, which means that your Blink Dagger is going to be cancelled. This is also Spectre that is on top of the net worth, and we'll have that Aghanim Scepter pretty soon, so another way of jumping people. Damage over time, damage on the ground from Firefly and Snapfire Kisses. Lasso.
Disruption, maybe saving enough. Kisses again flying through. Knight needs to roll away. LWW also surviving. Maybe they turn on Red Panda. They've got these heroes coming back as Knight sipping on that bottle, but has no more sips left. So the teams just disengage. A little back and forth between them both, and now a haste rune to fill up that bottle.
DD and haste. I don't think you can ask for anything better. White Album doesn't have a BKB. Let's see if they find him. Salad. He loves to be on a cliff, apparently. Win probability 66% from Aster.Aries. So, Spectre effect, I guess.
Yeah.
She's Dota Plus loves this hero.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It always seems like Spectre gives like an extra 10-15%. MKS picked up the Mithril Hammer. Is there any chance that MKS just goes Deso?
There is a chance. He had it queued up for a moment. Switch to BKB when you talked about it.
Snowball, right clicks, Walrus Punch, and a kill there for MKS.
Especially if they decide to take a fight. Like if he's the one holding the Aegis, then definitely switches from BKB. Or if he thinks that, you know, might get away with it. There's a lot of burst damage. We talked about Tiny, Snapfire's Kisses, Phoenix, 3 points, and a Sunray. Very annoying for Phantom Assassin to play into, but might still think about getting the Deso first.
TK, Avalanche short, Walrus Punch going the other way. TK now. Toss, and these heroes starting to come back. MKS doesn't want to get beat too far in. There is Shang-Chi on the Snapfire. They also have White Album coming to the side. Stifling Dagger, right clicks, Lasso. It's onto the Phantom Assassin, but is that going to be enough? They've got LWW over to the side ready with the Disruption if need be, but they don't need it. Well, White Album's going to fall here to MKS. They'll go after the Snapfire. Exo, Swashbuckle, and LWW getting the kill on a Shang-Chi. 2 heroes down to the side of Aster.Aries. So
Batrider way too deep in. Gets purged by Shadow Demon, slowed down, Exorcism's up and running, so gets him killed. Couldn't get away from that one. Spectre still holding on to Haunt. Does have that Aghanim Scepter available. Shadow Step. I want to see them play a bit more active. Tiny does have a Blink Dagger, so him initiating with the full combo and Spectre could get them the kills on supports.
So it will be BKB for MKS, by the way. Held on to a lot of gold and eventually just buys out. And it looks like Shard next. Phantom Assassin's starting to really creep up there in terms of the net worth. At the top now. Going to be dangerous as time goes on. Of course, now that level 2 coup de grace, 325% crit damage.
big numbers. Not as big as they would be with the Deso, but we'll pick it up eventually. Just we'll see if he wants to get a shard first or Deso. Both are fine if he feels like he needs the break. Where's the save? Disruption is available.
They have it. Walrus Punch now on
And
a
the
TK
snowball
goes
as well.
in. Ooh, comes over. That's with the Shadow Step. Snowball save. Rolling Thunder now. Windmill pop by Ulu. They'll blink away. Sunray, Supernova, stunning up 2. Shadow Poison starting to stack up a little bit. They've got the Silence into a couple of these here. MKS comes in. Ooh, the Sharks push him up out of the high ground. Kind of disrupting the damage he was putting out, but they've got the double kill. It's for MKS. Now they go to the haunt, but White Album waiting on the side. The disruption once again. MKS, he's looking for the opening to get the kill here on a White Album. Stifling Daggerman with the BKB. He'll burn out LWW. It looks like he's still going to die, though, as the coup de grace finishes him off. Triple kill for the Phantom Assassin.
Nice layering of spells from EHOME. First, the disruption comes in, then the snowball, then another disruption. So they bought so much time. Like, in this type of a fight, you would love if Phantom Assassin did have Deso instead of a BKB, because she didn't even use it and would land her like 6 to 8 extra damage. So this Death Prophet, super tanky. Full pipe, has a mech as well. Now Guardian Greaves about to be finished, and you can see Pango Knight getting in, getting some good stun bounces, then blinks away. And they grouped up so much. Swashbuckle on 3 of them.
Oh, he had 5 health.
Yeah, just dead prophet things.
Seriously, how many times are we going to see this? Zhao Yu, not dead, not dead. Disruption. LWW, he eventually falls, but he gives up his life to save this Death Prophet. That's, yeah, how many times are we going to see this? It's just so nuts. Death Prophet with Spirit Siphon. That seems like one of those on the must-nerf list. Walrus Punch, Snowball across both. Now they've got the Rolling Thunder. That's going to bounce back towards Ulu. And Cookie off to the side, trying to run. Rolling Thunder hits again. Swashbuckle, Disarm, trying to run, but MKS is here.
It's time to go Roche. They do have Exorcism. Let's see if they even want to pop it. With 1 point in tag team, they might think about it. They did not want to risk anything. 40 seconds without Spectre. They will use it. They have superior vision right now. 4 Observer wards. 1 on the high ground is going to get rewarded by Red Panda, but this should secure them Roche. TK jumping in.
He should survive a little bit longer with the disruption. Enough to get the Aegis and maybe turn this around. LWW doesn't go down because they've got Guardian Greaves. Walrus Punch out of the Snapfire. Cookie to get away, but shards block his path. That means, well, they'll lose Shanxi again. Zhao Yu still with that Exorcism running, and these heroes just cannot leave on Aster.Aries. It's starting to really break open for EHOME.
Level 17 Phantom Assassin from this one. Spectre, like, she didn't get any last hits. She has 0, 1, and 9 score, which is not what you want to see. Like, he was off to a really good start, but this Phantom Assassin ramped up the farm way too quickly with that Battle Fury. Now 5k gold lead.
Ags next, by the way, for Phantom Assassin with the upgrade on Blur. MKS, this PA may not have a victory yet, but it might be coming soon. They'll go in, they've got the Snowball coming over, and they've got the lockdown. It's onto the Spectre, they've got the Rolling Thunder. They should be able to get the kill on it. Ooh, pops the Blade Mail, doesn't care with the coup de grace. They get the kill out of the egg. They look over at White Up. This is going to be 3 heroes dead, make it a 4th. They bought back already on TK, who's going to blink away, but they've got the Avalanche as well, so Toss is not going to get the kill on the Salad. Snowball surviving, going the other way, away from TK. This is a problem. A break with the Fan of Knives. TK not a fan of it. He'll die. Ultra kill for MKS.
If you could break Tiny, remove his grow, and then he
turns
like
tiny
just shrinks. But this should be a tower. This was Deso pickup from MKS, and
10 charges.
10 charges immediately. That's not off to a high ground. 30 seconds on that Exo. Let's see if they want to poke. Maybe they're gonna give respect to Batrider's lasso. Like, him blinking in gets deleted immediately. Like, you can't even use lasso on Pango here because you don't have enough damage to kill him. And Shadow Demon, LWW, he realizes who he needs to purge in these fights. It's the Batrider to cripple his movement speed. And gets another one. Now, 12 Deso charges.
And he's almost got the axe.
Yeah, might even go for another one.
PA is out of control.
Yeah, having that Dispel is pretty nuts, especially against the Batrider, and also resetting your abilities so you can get in one more time. Another tier 2 tower, Exo, is now available.
And there they go. Glyph used. Phantom Assassin going to send that courier over to the secret shop, just 1,200 gold short. And this is a tier 3 likely to fall. No haunt, by the way. They do have Shadow Step if Spectre wants to come through to join. There's a double damage sitting and waiting bottom for somebody to take as well. Lasso. PA is going to lose that Aegis. They got the kill on the TK, though, so how do they control this hero once again? Cookie, down to the bar.
Right.
BKB, now the Supernova. They're going to start to run back. Ooh, coming through. That's going to be with the Shadow Step. Phantom Knives, Phantom Strike over to Salad. They back away. LWW with the Disruption.
Can he blink out?
Kiss is on the ground. LWW still surviving and will now start to run and blink away.
You'll need to be careful about this Toss plus Lasso. This is the same thing that the EHOME had. Never mind, that Aster.Aries had in the previous game. But didn't execute really well this time around. It was really good. Toss back Lasso near the tier 4 towers, removing the Aegis.
Now they're going to have double damage, though. And it's bottled. They passed MKS the bottle. You just get Ags and go?
I think it's time. Yeah, you don't need to commit. You're not going to slow siege, because this is the opportunity for Aster.Aries to come back into the game. You want to take a fight, kill a tower when they respawn, go back, keep repeating this until Roshan respawns again. 15k gold lead, 27 minutes into the game.
It really broke open. PA just cleaned up kills and got out of control with nobody in the rearview mirror. And already has the Morbid Mask into the Satanic.
And we thought Dota Plus loves Spectre. There's this late game menace, Phantom Assassin. Once you get to this shard, like right now, he has 4 items pretty much on Phantom Assassin, but this can be so much more.
Blink, Walrus Punch, going to the Snowball. These heroes are going to start to TP back. Phantom Assassin has double damage. Phantom Knives.
2,000 crit.
2,000 and 2. It's not the current year, but it's the damage coming out for the PA. MKS with a double damage. Phantom Strike, Avalanche on a 4. They're going to jump in. Ooh, coming in with a haunt. They've got the Walrus Punch inside of the Spectre once again. Snowball, Exorcism, Kisses coming through, but TK's going to fall. They will go over at Red Panda to take out this Phoenix, and now they'll look over the Spectre using this Shadow Step to jump back and forth, but Ooh's going to fall. MKS gets the kill. They've got buyback available on the Spectre. Here's the Swashbuckle. Another crit from MKS. He is beyond godlike. GG.
And they're going to call it.
EHOME's going to take the series on a reverse sweep, 2-1. This PA never looked back.
And she never looked bad as well throughout this whole game. It was the laning stage, got to Ring of Health, got to Battle Fury timing, BKB showing up to a fight where she was necessary. And this one fight with double damage was just like game's over pretty much. Like they got out-farmed heavily. That Prophet got shut down in the laning stage, but she recovered. I liked the itemization going for Guardian Greaves, which is pretty standard, but also picking up Pipe. So tanking up, and we've seen her surviving in this mid lane, buying enough time. Nice usage of the spells there. Snowball plus Disruption and another Disruption to keep them alive. Spectre couldn't really fight back, especially with the break mechanic from the Shard.
Yeah, I thought EHOME, their supports did a really good job, right? Like, especially LWW, I think, with clutch disruptions, because the fights started to edge towards Aster.Aries, but disruption on the lassos, or when they're jumping on these heroes that need to die on EHOME.
And also
they
crippled Batrider so much in these team fights. Every single time he goes in, gets Shadow Demon ulti on top of him, and then he can't move. Even if he uses lasso, he can't reposition the target. Yeah,
so it was a tough game for Aster.Aries. I think Phantom Assassin getting that victory on the board. I said those numbers were going to move, and they certainly do. So with that, EHOME get the victory. They move to 3-3 on the season, and to break down this series, we've got the panel. Take it away.
We're going to jump right into it. We're going to talk about this.
PA, baby, let's go! Woo! Free win! Woo!
Free win, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Lizard.
Yeah?
Me and Lizard.
You both really gonna run with that?
We both said that this PA was the sickest last pick of all time. Literally hasn't been picked because it was so powerful that they were just waiting for the right game to bust
Yeah,
it out. And this
yeah.
one was...
They pulled it out of the back pocket and they were like, here we go, there's your free dub.
Look, I can find it in the back pocket right now.
Oh.
Wow.
You're gonna put the camera up right now.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
BA, let's talk about how it did get this W, how it got this win for EHOME, because it was pretty rough in the earlier part to it, trying to be on every part of the map that we weren't seeing any Aster.Aries
We're
heroes.
skipping right through, right? Like we're already at the highlight minute 20.
Whoa, we're talking about the highlights. We got the highs of the highs.
Like some other things were happening before, but this was probably a part of the game in which you know there is no coming back. Like this team fight, they can't even kill a Shadow Demon. It's taking them way too much time. They just fall apart. Like, I don't know. For me, PA still shouldn't do this well. Like, the hero looked decent, I guess, better than I expected. The shard was purchased shortly after that fight. Like, you have a Spectre that builds an Aghanims. Kazu's in the green room. He disagrees with the build. Like, I don't. Like, I even feel that the Aghanims can
Yeah,
work.
call him out.
No, I'm not calling him out. Like,
Kazu,
it
you
obviously,
suck at
yeah,
Dota.
Kazu, you suck. You don't know what you're talking about. I mean, how to put it? Like, when I look at their lineup, it's all early game aggression, catch, team fighting. Like, I feel that they have what it takes to activate the Spectre with an axe. It just didn't work out for them. Their initiations and moves were telegraphed. Like every time you go in, Shadow Demon counters you. Perhaps they approached the fights a little bit too one-dimensionally, considering you have an Aghanims. Maybe they should have just focused on starting off with Haunt, giving this Batrider an easier time to catch the right targets, because he wasn't able to. Like, they weren't able to actually combine their forces to activate the Spectre.
Yeah, their fights were really messy on Aster, like sloppy as hell. There was just times when they're being gone on other heroes and they start to disengage and try and get out, and White Album's like, I'm going in, boys! And he just BKBs, runs in, gets ulted by Shadow Demon and then dies. And it's like, what was the point?
There's like a difference between having a chaotic fight and a disconnected fight, and Aster.Aries leaning heavily towards just that disconnected, and PA was able to thrive there. Do you want to give her MVP because of it? First
The man won with
Of
Appearance.
PA.
course, he did win with PA, yep.
First appearance, first dub, first MVP. We're going to hand it to Phantom Assassin. MKS played it phenomenally. He knew all the timings for her, and she really stood out as a hero. Definitely viable right now, Sheep. Everyone should start picking her up.
For real, she's the best hero in the game.
Remember when she was being down by Mortimer's kisses under the tier 2?
Nope, I don't
and
remember
flame
that.
break
Nope.
and just
I do
trying
remember
to
that.
juggle, trying to stay alive. At that
But
point,
she lived through that, and you know, that was the turning point.
that was the turning point.
I mean, I think what's more important is that this top lane went absolutely terribly for Aster.Aries. I really did truly think that Snapfire should win that lane, but I think in the end he just struggled to kind
I
of
still
keep
think
on top with the chip down from the Shadow Poison and the daggers. I think the wand wasn't enough to sustain somehow. I mean, maybe there's some micro stuff that happened in that lane that I didn't get to see, because obviously we're looking between like all 3 lanes. But either way, I think in the end Snapfire ended up dying, and then to top it off, Pango then rotated to that lane as well and applied extra pressure, and Snapfire just never really took off.
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel that lane should have went much better for them. You should have had a stronger snap to have a stronger mid-game potential. Like, when you look at the egg and how much work the position 5 Phoenix was doing, it was always that one bit of extra damage that was necessary, and it just wasn't coming. Like, it wasn't coming from the offlaner. I have a feeling that in both their losses, one lane suffered so much damage that it wasn't recoverable. Like in one game, it was the mid lane, in the other, it was the offlane.
It is really hard for Aster.Aries with this unfortunate loss for them. It does mean they're going to be relegated down to Division 2, but there have been a lot of other silver linings for their gameplay. Lizzie, you keep talking about them, describing them as a team that's in this awkward spot of not quite being Div 1, but definitely standing above Division 2 teams. What's the biggest takeaway for you? Where do they really need to shape up so then they can come back to Division 1 next tour?
Yeah, I was always, like, back in the teams, I was always talking about these pressure points, like arteries within a team, like there are some
Okay.
things that you... Okay, so you need to stop the bleeding somewhere in the
Yes.
game. It's very important. And you need to identify what a vein is and what an artery is. Like what's going to kill you and what's going to like just damage you a little.
What is the difference between an artery and a vein?
For them, the problem is... Don't go that far. For them, what the problem is they're focusing on the lanes. They're winning the lanes that aren't going to necessarily win them the next portion of the game. Like you're focusing on rescuing your carry and providing him with the best laning stage in a way, but your mid lane is kind of neglected. And if your mid lane is neglected, then your carry will suffer in the mid game, so he won't get that later on potential anyway.
And they're the arteries, huh?
I don't understand.
Just focus points. Just focus on the focus points.
Can you say it again, but in different words?
Say it, but better.
No, I did understand it. It was, it's very valid.
got it?
I did understand, yes. And that could also be attributed towards some of their drafts. Some,
More or less.
Yeah?
yes?
You didn't finish your sentence.
No, I was waiting for Lizard to agree with me. Yes, more or less.
More or less. And
More or
not
less,
necessarily
yes.
agreeing, not disagreeing. The drafts were
A little
fine.
bit of that sprinkled in here or there. On the side of EHOME, though, this dub, it's really positive for them. They are now
is.
tied for that last slot for the major. They've put themselves in a really good position.
Three-way tie?
No, instead of winners interview. I don't want to talk about that. We're going to have a winners interview. It's going to be Salad joining us. So we get to ask him some questions. Salad, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on this win here. First and foremost, how was your Chinese New Year? How did you celebrate?
首先恭喜你们拿下了这场比赛的胜利。然后想问一下，就是过年的话，春节大家自己是怎么庆祝的？
跟家里人一起过年的，跟家里人聚啊。
Yeah, I go back to my hometown and spend time with my family.
Sounds like a nice time.
I have two questions.
Yep.
First one, were you scared a little bit because you guys came back from a small vacation and you instantly lost the game versus Aster.Aries? That's one. And second one, why change the nickname to Salad? What's with the salad? Yeah, that's it.
就是想问一下，放假之后吧，上来第一把是先输给对面1个小分，然后当时的话有没有比较慌，然后是怎么调整的？然后再想问一下，就是为什么就是改这个 ID，因为也改一段时间了嘛。
第一把输了之后，就队友也说不用想第一把，就好好打第二把嘛。然后我们改变了一下第一把的选人嘛，换了一些我们比较擅长的英雄，然后来打，能赢就赢嘛。然后为什么改这个 ID 呢？因为我比较喜欢，就吃什么东西就喜欢放一点那个沙拉酱嘛，然后就改一下。
So after we lost the first game, we tried to talk it out and we tell each other it was fine, and all we did is we changed our picks. We moved to our comfortable picks and try our best to win the game. As for ID, because for every food I eat, I like to eat it with salad dressing. That's why I changed the ID to salad.
Okay, thank you very much. Good to know.
Okay, I just wanted to ask firstly about the drafts in game 2 and 3. So the same bans happened in game 2 and 3 on both teams, but in game 2, Tiny was picked and you guys responded with Rubik Pango, and in game 3, Tiny was picked and you responded with DP Tusk. Why did you guys change your picks in the third game?
我想问一下，2、3场比赛其实半人位都是一样的，然后每次都是选到小小的时候，你们这边第一把是选了这个拉比克滚滚吧，还是什么？然后第二把是选拉比克滚滚，然后第三把是选 DP 加海明。我想问一下，你们的这个改变的思路是什么？因为对方的出法跟半人位是没变的。
就玩自己擅长的呀。其实我们觉得对方的阵容不是很关键，就我们玩自己的东西啊。就每个位置选的都是有把握的，然后能赢。就赢呀，尽力而为。
Yeah, like I said before, we focus more on our own comfortable picks, so we didn't really care about what they pick. We just want to draft our good heroes, and that's the reason why. And we tried our best.
But sorry, I think it maybe was misunderstood. Why did their response to the tiny change in game 3 from 2? Because they won game 2 with the Pango opening, but they didn't go for it in game 3.
就是还是想问一下，为什么就是同一个英雄会换一个那个处理的方式呢？因为就是第二把的话，滚滚也赢了嘛。然后问一下，就是你觉得第三把为什么要变？
哦，是这个问题啊。主要感觉我们前两手点滚滚的时候，就我们比较怕血魔吧，然后感觉他们第二把没有选血魔，可能第三把会选，所以然后对面那个1号位血魔玩的也挺好的，然后第三把就不太敢连点那个滚滚了，然后他们也没办血魔，然后后面滚滚还是点出来了，我感觉他们不太重视我们滚滚这个点，好吧？
Yeah, so the reason is because we were afraid of in the third game we were afraid of picking Pango, then they draft Blastseeker, because Voodoo has a decent Blastseeker. He played very nice, but I feel like they didn't put enough emphasis on our Pango because we didn't ban Blastseeker and they forgot about the hero in the third game. We thought they gonna pick it in third game because second game they definitely could have picked Blastseeker, but they didn't, so we picked Pango again. And it went well for us.
Oh, okay. That is very helpful, actually. Thank you so much. And one last question, I guess. If you do end up going into this tiebreaker for the last major slot, you're going to have to play against Extreme, who